Some roads have that perfect mix. Smooth tarmac, stunning views and bends that you want to drive for days. These are all the features of the top driving roads in the UK. But how does Blakey Ridge compare? So, for those of you that might not know, Blakey Ridge is on the North Yorkshire Moors. It's situated between Huntley Hole and Castleton. And it spans somewhere in the region of about 10 miles. And there's some real heritage there as well, some real history. There was an old train line that runs around it, used for mining, I believe. Now, the road surface is what lets it down for me. In something like this Astra, that's on coilovers and pretty stiff, it is a bumpy ride, and there are some really treacherous potholes in it. You really do have to have your wits about you on this one. And don't ever underestimate the stupidity of sheep, because they are everywhere. Right away, you notice just how open it is up there. There's barely any trees, no barriers, and just miles and miles of moorland. It really is stunning. The bends are perfectly spaced. There's lovely straights between them and they just thread together lovely. They really are a joy. Only thing you got to watch yourself with is some of them are just after like little blind summits. Yeah, you can come over that and then straight into a pretty sharp corner. I would say 90% of it you could do at 60 mile an hour. You just do have to have your wits about you in some places. So the level of grip available to you is pretty okay. Only thing worth bearing in mind is that it's pretty high up there. The temperatures really can plummet, so in the winter or when it really starts dropping near to zero, it could get a little icy. So braking zones are pretty predictable. With decent suspension, you should be alright. The undulations shouldn't really affect you too much, but in a car on coilovers like this, it does upset the car quite a lot, if I'm honest. So if you're making a day of it, one thing you really need to do is stop at the Lion Inn. I mean, this place really does have it all. Classic pub grub, a warm fire in winter, and stunning views. And not only that, this place is packed full of bikers and car enthusiasts alike, so you're never short of a conversation or two. So what are my final thoughts on Blakey Ridge? Well, I can see why some people might call it one of the best driving roads in the country, but it's not really for me. Now hear me out, there can't be that many people that are wrong, right? Well, for me, it isn't up there. I know a lot of people say it is one of the greatest. I just don't think it is. It's too bumpy. The risk of running sheep over is insane, and it only goes on for 10 miles. There are better roads out there, I'm not going to lie. However, it does tick a lot of boxes. You do have a pub, the scenery is stunning. Am I saying you shouldn't go? No, not at all. You really should. It's a stunning road to go drive. But when you compare it to some of those other roads that are on the top list or even in Europe, it doesn't compare. Not when you're there. I mean, it's great because it's local, but for me, it just doesn't compare. I mean, I've driven so many nicer roads in Scotland that weren't even on the top lists of driving roads in the UK. I mean, those roads in Scotland, some of them went on for 20, 30 miles, and they were just stunning every single mile. But let me know what you think. Have you been to Blakey Ridge? What did you take? Was it fun? Did you enjoy it? Let me know. And did you go to the pub? See you in the next one.